So today I decided to bring two of my favorite knives out and talk a little bit about them and what you get with them. The first one is a relatively budget option. I heard about this one because of John Lovell over on the Warrior Poet Society. This is the Kershaw Emerson collaboration. You can see the Emerson logo there, Kershaw. This is the CQC 4K XL. And yes, that is a mouthful of a name. It does have the wave feature, thumb stud, very good D2 steel, does what you want it to. And this one, everyone knows, Spyderco PM2, CPM S30V, G10 handles. This one is about 3.45 inch blade, so 8 1/4 overall length, while the Kershaw is a 9 inch overall length because of a 3.99 inch blade, which if I line them up here and show you, not including the sharpening choil, just blade to blade, you get a good idea there. The CQC, right here, the 4K XL, is a larger knife. They're both very good. Spyderco, you're going to drop a premium for it. These go anywhere from $125 to $200 depending on what model you're getting. Some special editions will go higher than that. But as a day-to-day blade goes, G10 scales on the show side, and then on the back side you have a liner lock with the stainless stonewash bead blasted backside. It's a great knife. And what's cool about the Kershaw over the Spyderco, you can find this around 25 to 35 bucks depending where you're looking. And you're not getting a Spyderco, that's for sure. And they're both great knives, but what are you using it for? What are you doing with it day to day? And I'll pick either one of these, but if I'm going to end up thrashing on a blade, I'd rather do it to a slightly cheaper option. And not cheaper in quality, it is a heavier knife, it is a larger knife, but if I'm going to end up damaging it in use, it's a lot less painful to replace the Kershaw Emerson, whereas the Spyderco is going to hurt a little bit. This particular one I've had for a number of years. It's held up really well. I got some kind of staining there on the blade. Probably one of the times I was doing gun bluing, and yeah, that did a number on it. I do have a wonderful gift from a good friend of mine. That is the Lynch Northwest deep carry pocket clip, which has held up beautifully on the knife here. And it works. It tucks away down into the pocket, really sits down in there, and disappears. Over here on the Kershaw, it's not a deep carry clip, but that's intentional. When you have it in your pocket, you want to be able to grab onto something and be able to actuate that wave function off your pocket. Downside of using it though, if you don't have something with reinforced jeans, I have an extra rivet back here, so it holds up pretty well. But if you pull it out with horsepower, it's going to flip that blade out for you. The Spyderco, on the other hand, you pull it out, isn't going to do that. Spidey Flick does the trick though, and it's a solid knife. At the end of the day, you have to know what you're doing with your knives, what you're using them for. If you care about weight, Spyderco's the way to go. If you care about cost, the Kershaw is very good. A lot of guys told me, oh, you should get a real Emerson, you'll like it. About that. The proper Emersons tend to have a more flat pommel on the back. In my hand and the way that I grip a blade, I want something that I can hold and is comfortable. And that flat pommel back here just isn't comfortable. With this, I can get onto it, have my full blade, or I can choke up, no hot spots, and it fits my hand very well. The Spyderco, they've rounded it off. It's a very comfortable design. It is small for my hands, but I can get onto it and not worry about hot spots. That's the great thing about the blade. I hated the design when I first saw these Spydercos. I was like, who on earth actually likes that? And once you use one, you understand why they are so well regarded. And there's that little cool factor. So I live in Colorado. So Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth. Because why not? You're getting a quality tool that is built to use. It's meant to work well. And the blade design, that leaf shape, full flat grind, very well done edge profile that holds sharp. It is CPM S30V versus D2. If you're sharpening one, the D2 is a lot easier. Yes, you risk staining the blade, and the irony is, I haven't actually stained the blade. It's clean. And yet, CPM S30V, and I stained the blade. Like I said, I was doing gun bluing or something, and did a number to it. It does have the compression lock here on the back. Very strong, very sturdy. You're not going to worry about that collapsing. Here you have a liner lock. Again, solid lockup. I mean, 80, 90%. Yeah, I can pry on it. Right here on the pivot, I mean, I can get it to flex, but I'm not going to damage it. Spyderco. I mean, if I get it just right, you can see a smidge of wiggle in there. But these hold really well. The compression lock is well liked for a reason. One-handed closing, super easy. They're two great knives. I enjoy both of them. It comes down to, what are you willing to drop on a knife? How do you use your knives? And if I want a knife that I know is just going to be working no matter what I do, yeah, I'm going to take the Spyderco. It's that good of a knife. But if you just want a cheap cost, high quality knife still, the Kershaw Emerson CQC 4K, this is the XL. They make the smaller version, the standard, and you're getting a high quality knife. It is a little heavier, but it's easier to sharpen. CPM S30V isn't difficult, but you do need to have your technique down. And if you don't, you're going to spend some time on that stone or using your diamond hones. So be mindful of that and what kind of time you're able and or willing to put into the knife, because a knife is meant to be sharpened. And if you can't sharpen it, get on it now and learn how to do it. And even then, having a quality blade to start with is going to make the job easier because you don't have to sharpen as much. Some of those cheaper steels, they'll work. You get a functional edge, but they're not going to hold that workable edge as long as a better quality steel is going to. So pick it out. Spyderco PM2 or Kershaw 4K XL. Both great knives. Take your pick. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, and what's your favorite knife? No, I don't have a Benchmade on the video here because I just don't carry them. I have them. I don't use them. Spyderco beats out Benchmade any day. Cheers.